What's up, everybody? Welcome to Crafter Hours. I'm David Wilson. Let me just get this fixed up a little bit here. I think that's better. There we go. So Crafter Hours is the series of streams on this channel where we try to build something useful, or interesting at least, twice a week here around 7:30 a.m. UTC, Monday, Wednesdays. So if you're interested in watching more of this type of stuff, just, you know, show up around this time and you'll see it. But I guess you're here now, right? So maybe you don't need to be told that. Maybe you came here because of the notification. Maybe you came here because of the post that I made on Mastodon. Either way, I'm happy to see you here. I'm ready to get started writing some code. But before we get into that, let me just make sure everything's ready to go. Hello, Cal. I see Cal in the chat. How's the audio video sync? Seems like it's a little bit off to me. I can't really tell for sure if my mouth movement is off with the audio. Something weird happens with this camera sometimes. It gets a little bit out of sync. Let me see if I can jog it. Did that help? Probably not. Okay. Actually, there's a reset button, I think. Or not. Maybe that's better. A little bit better. Tiny non-sync. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit better now. I hope so. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. So we had the summary video last Thursday where I basically went over the current status of the project we're working on. We'll talk about the project in a moment. A lot of videos over the last couple weeks coming out of all this. I'm going to try to get some more video stuff out of this stream today. We'll see how well it goes. These things are, you know, kind of left up to chance in a way, because I'm coming into this, like, I know exactly what I know what I intend to work on. I just don't know how it's going to end up turning into a video. So we'll figure it out together as things go on. If you're here on the YouTube or Twitch side, please say hello in the chat so I can greet you this fine morning. All right. So before I get into too much, I actually want to drop some. Hey, Trev. I want to drop some stuff into the development log. So if you didn't know already, there is a page on the System Crafters website where you can kind of follow along with the progress of development if you happen to miss a stream. There's a couple things I want to do here. First, I want to put the stream recording and the commit where we were for every video at the end. Let's say. I mean, I intend to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. In fact, let me go check Codeberg, make sure somebody else didn't already do it. I just missed the notification. That's not the right place. Pull requests. No, someone else is talking about the DAP mode though. Fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab the commits that we need here on the emacspackages.com repo. So the format I'll use here is stream recording dot no, it's not really the commit, but project code, let's say. I don't know. All right, so for stream recording, Codeberg has an API. Well, this is the CI server, the what you call it, Woodpecker CI. 3 commits. All right, so initial commit with basic HTTP server. That sounds about right. That was the wrong link. Okay, and we'll just do this. Since I'm already on Codeberg, we'll just drop these in. Next commit was basic database layer. I would prefer to do multiple commits. I'm not going to link every commit, but I'm just going to link the most recent commit from that stream. I guess I should not do that, though. Maybe it's better to link the browse source for that so they can see where the code is at that commit. Let me get back here. That was, wait, which one was it? The second one. This is incredibly exciting content, let me tell you. All right, let's go back to the first one. Get the browse link. There we go. Yes, I know. Okay, check the link. All right, the source commit. Source commit. All right, cool. So last one would be this one. Whoops, not me. Okay. At least people will, if they're interested, they can follow along with the code and the videos as they look through the stream recordings. Also, let me do this as well. I'm going to put 2025 on these so that it's easier to search through. Because the actual page, if you check out the headings, you can get links to direct days. So it'd be nice to be able to link to a specific day in the log. All right, so for stream recordings, sorry folks, I know this is super boring, but this was the time I had to do this. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing in the chat? Trev was greeted successfully. Yes, Trev was greeted successfully. Hello to Alice P. Hacker and to Fikri. Fikri says, hi, David, just slacking off my 9-to-5 job to watch the stream. Well, that's the best way to do it, you know? Because we're crafting procrastination here. We're procrastinating. I'm inventing new words now. Let's see. YouTube.com/systemcrafters. So I've got it on the home page under a playlist for crafter hours right here. Can I get this with a share link? There we go. Wait. Hold up. Cal says, procrastinating, one for the Oxford Dictionary. I'm sure they would be very happy to not accept my submission on that. All right, so the next one is this one. Hey, Ashraz. Ashraz says, crafting someone else instead of crafting what you were meant to do. Something else. Yes, that's right. And Judy says, procrastinate, semicolon, blocks forever. Yes, well, that's basically what happens in my brain. That is definitely what happens in my brain. Okay. Hey, Daphne. Daphne says, streaming before 9 a.m.? Well, yes. I guess it's before 9 a.m. your time. But this is my special series of streams where we just try to hack on some code. Unlike the Friday streams where I'm just jaw-jacking the whole time. That's a nice southern phrase for just blabbering for a long time. Here I try to be a little bit more effective and efficient, which I'm obviously not doing right now because I'm just editing an org mode file and inserting links, but you know. That's correct, Daphne. 1 hour ahead of you. All right, so I've got the links in. I feel happier about that now that we at least have some record of what was being done in previous sessions. And we'll talk about the things we're going to do today in a moment. Let me just get this checked in. Let's just use some good old VC mode here. Apparently I screwed up some stuff, so it's yelling at me, but I don't care because with VC mode I can just press VV here, or just V, I guess. Update, crafter hours with stream and code links. Good enough. Push it. I hope I typed in my passphrase. There we go. Cool. That's good. So today, what I want to do is continue what we did last time. So last time we were actually able to fetch the package repositories for GNU ELPA, non-GNU ELPA, and MELPA, which I probably should do MELPA stable as well. I'm not really off to a good start on the talking today. Should also fetch MELPA stable as well, but we have the ability to fetch information from all these package repositories for all the existing Emacs packages in those repositories. And I was able to insert them into our current SQLite database, but things are quite limited at the moment. I think if we were to go look at the code in the, whoa, man. Finger's not cooperating. emacsPackages.com, there it is. And find file. Let's look at main.scm, I think. And initdb. Yeah, so right now the packages table only has an ID, a name, a version, and a description. So that's not going to cut it, obviously. So part of what we're going to do is flesh that out. In fact, let me get the recording started. We're going to flesh out the database schema, which might require us to have multiple tables with a foreign key relationship so that we can possibly have information about a single package coming from multiple repositories. Like, let's say if a package, well, in many cases, a package will be available both in ELPA or MELPA and also, well, MELPA or ELPA and also Geeks and also maybe Nix or other places. So if we want to be able to represent that, we might need to have a separate table for package metadata that comes from a certain source so that you can have multiple sources for a given package. So that actually requires a couple things. One is that each package needs... Can you read my screen? Do I need to like bump the text up a little bit? Maybe that's better. Needs a unique way to be identified based on its name, URL, I guess. And then each package or each package source each source for a single package must be stored as its own entry. Which I'm not sure if that means we're going to have different tables for different types of sources. For instance, like, need more flashbang stunts from the visual belt? No, not today. Look, is that good enough for you, Trev? Is that going to be acceptable as far as flashing is concerned? I'm not trying to flashbang anybody here, but you know, sometimes got to make a little bit of a mess. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking like, excuse me. Is the metadata different from ELPA versus Geeks? Is it different stuff that we want to store? Or do we not really care too much? Maybe there's just sort of a generic metadata for a package that has like... well, okay. Let's just write it down a little bit. Each package source can differ by definitely version. The author of the package won't be different. The source of the package, like the original source location, like the Git repository, wherever that is, in theory won't be different, but it could be different if the package has moved somewhere else. Because I remember what happened with one of Priscilla's packages when he moved from SourceHut to GitHub. The Geeks package had to be updated. Ashra says, does Guile have some kind of class struct-like mechanism? Guile has goops, which is basically a Guile implementation of CLOS, which is the Common Lisp Object System. So yeah, we have that, but I don't know. I mean, I hadn't really thought about using it. I suppose we could use it, but I kind of wanted to stick to more elemental scheme stuff for now, but it could be interesting to use goops in the future. Yeah, I mean, right. Yeah, there's not really a native struct type. The record type that is in most schemes is from a Surfy, so it's not really a built-in thing. It's more of an extension to the language. Ashra says, if so, you can start by defining the package within Lisp and then think about how those should be reflected within SQL. Single object might have M to N or 1 to N relations. Yes. That's right. Okay. So that's probably a good idea. I mean, I could probably just start writing out the record types and then try to map that into what the database tables would be. Let's see. All right. Well, how about we just do that? Let's just go over to the package.scm file. And so we have package here. And I have ID, name, version, description, source. And we know we have a lot more information that's coming from the package repositories. We have, in fact, I don't know why I didn't add those last time, but maybe I just didn't have time. So like author. Let's turn on keycast mode. There we go. And maintainer. What else do we see? Keywords. And that's something that won't be coming from Geeks. So like, you know, ELPA packages have that, but Geeks doesn't have that. Unless we start doing some things where we actually pull down the Emacs package and scan the information in there. Someone was telling me, I don't know if it was Ashraz or Alternate Ved. Maybe it was Alternate Ved telling me about the package where you can scrape information out of the Emacs list files. Handling everything in a single table will most likely break normal form. Oh yeah, we definitely can't do that. Yep. Do you want to sort information for multiple versions or just the latest? I don't think we need multiple versions. However, I don't know. What would be meaningful? So if the idea is that the site is supposed to show what packages people are using, how meaningful is it to say what version they're using? I think if they're self-attesting what packages they're using, they're probably not going to want to spend the time to actually put the version in. If we have a way to automate the process of submitting the packages they're using from within Emacs, then definitely we could include the version information, but I don't really know how useful that information is. I feel like 80% of the value is just what packages they use, and then maybe the other 20% could be like what specific version they use. Maybe it's even less than that. Astra says, oh, like popularity contest in Debian, but with versions too. Maybe. It is kind of like popularity contest in that we're trying to just show general usage of packages, which packages are being used together, and also example configuration snippets from those packages so that someone can easily get some ideas on how they can configure their Emacs using the packages that are available. All right, so source, author, so their sources may be a list now. Maybe package sources, right? Description, version, and version. Version is going to differ based on the source because, yeah, it actually will differ based on the source. So the version is going to be out of here. I think we already indicated that too, based on what I said before. So find record type package source. Make package source. Okay. And what would the ID be for that too? I guess we have to synthesize one. Because we do need a way to do a foreign key relationship, so we're going to have a unique ID. So ID, probably not name, but kind. So I would say, you know, ELPA, non-GNU ELPA, MELPA, MELPA stable, Geeks, etc. Because it's not going to be like a completely unique name every time. And then version. We could say that for now. What else did I have? Yeah, version, right? And this needs to be package source. Package source. And ID package source ID. Kind package source kind. That's it for now, right? So you can have a package with multiple sources. Hey, Jerry. Get some rest, Jerry. Okay. Check something real quick. Okay. All right, so now we can have a package with multiple sources. Author maintainer. That could also be an interesting challenge. Magic, for example, has 2 authors but 1 maintainer. Denote has prop as author, but the mailing list is maintainer. And Evil does not have an author but only a maintainer. Yeah, those definitely seem like they can be populated in different ways. So they would have to be maintained differently. I don't know that I want to explode things out, though. It could be interesting to also have indexes for authors, so you can see all the packages by a particular author, irrespective of where the package comes from. Does that seem useful? Like, do you want to be able to click a link and see all the packages by a particular author? Or all packages that, you know, someone has contributed to? Does it have value for a site like this? It could have value as just sort of a general package index, but in many cases, you can just go to a person's GitHub website or Codeberg, SourceHut, whatever, and find their packages. So I don't know how much it really matters in the end. I mean, it would be nice for package authors to be able to have their, you know, control over their profile on the site if they wanted to. But I'm not 100% certain about that. All right. So authors. Let's say authors and maintainers. Kurush says, see Ashras, thanks man. Kurush says maybe an origin type and a package origin table with foreign key to Emacs packages and origin. It might be easier to search packages by their availability in a repository. Origin type. Yeah, searching for packages. Well, I would say if someone wanted to go search for packages in a particular repository, maybe they would want to just go use the repository search itself, but maybe there's value to that. I don't know. We'll have to see over time. Maybe we can sort of tweak things as we go. Okay. So we're going to need to export a lot of this stuff. But maybe let's test it all out first. So obviously we have a schema here now. I kind of need to see what's in the, let's see, Elpa. Let's just take a little gander at what's in the archive contents one more time because I want to see what's in there. So the URL, keywords, maintainer. So maintainer is only one and authors could be multiple. Also, there is commit. There's a version, but there's also a commit. I suppose we might want that too. So that would also be separate. So version and commit. Got it. All right. There's multiple maintainers in this list, so apparently there can be multiple maintainers. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, so that all looks pretty much the same. And I see dependency list. Oh, dependencies. That also needs to be managed. Keywords, dependencies. However, dependencies are also relative to the package source, because the dependencies in Geeks are going to be different than the dependencies on ELPA, at least in terms of the versions. Obviously, they'll probably depend on the same things, but the versions would be different. So maybe another here could be dependencies, but I mean, dependencies does give you kind of a graph of information that would be useful to see like which packages depend on another package. So I'm trying to like toss up in my mind whether this should be a function of the package source or the package itself to say what the dependencies are, because either way, the version of the dependencies is going to be controlled by the where the package is coming from. We just need an easy way to query for what the dependencies of a package are. I guess you could probably do that though when querying across a foreign key relationship. I'm not like a SQL expert, but I have some intuition about things, so I'm hoping I'm right. We'll see. Let's just go with that. Dependencies. That may also need to be a foreign key as well. Let's just go with this as a list for now. And I'm not certain, actually, that this should be a field on a record type, because having it be a field on a record type implies that it would be populated whenever you have access to an instance of one of these. So it seems like the list of dependencies is something you would want to gather on demand and not have it be something that gets pulled up by default. I'm considering whether I have more to say on that. Tress says, will dependencies just extract package requires from the package? Well, it will from ELPA for sure. In Geeks, it could look at the Geeks package dependencies, which may also have more stuff in there than necessary just for the Emacs packages. So yeah, I mean, we would have to actually look at the package contents to get the package requires information out. But yeah, that could be one good way to do that. All right, let's keep moving. So I'll leave the dependencies off for now. I mean, it could be metadata that gets stored, but it needs to be queryable. You know, to be able to query this stuff efficiently and link between the package and the package that it depends on, you kind of need to be able to generate foreign key relationships to join between tables. So I think I'll just leave that off for now. All right. So maybe I'll put this as a to-do, or I can put it in the notes. So also need a way to represent package dependencies across package sources, but tie them together at the higher level of packages. Okay, so we got the package source record type. We should be able to populate all this now. So we just need to change all of our existing code. So we have an insert package procedure, and we can change it to include. Let me just break this up a little bit. I don't like how this is looking. May need to generate that as well. I wonder if there's a way to enumerate the fields of a record type. I suppose if I were to go and write a syntax to define these, then I could automate a lot of this stuff, but let's save that for another stream. Okay, so name, version. So version is no longer part of it, I believe. We might need a foreign key relationship for authors and maintainers too, though. This kind of makes things a lot more complicated. However, it makes it a lot more useful too. If we have the ability to index on package authors and have them be their own thing. So what would an author or a maintainer, because it's kind of like a person in theory. It's mostly people. You have like a name and an email address, which I don't really know if I want to put people's email addresses up there. That could be a key in a database, but I would not want that to be public information. But of course, it is public information here, so maybe it doesn't matter too much, but I don't necessarily want to show the information on the website. But yeah, if we use the email address as a key, or if we don't have an email address, we synthesize something. But then again, if we use the email address as a key, then that exposes it if you have to use it as the key to create a link to go to their detail page. Trev says, it always comes down to Geeks records are better than Surfy 9. Well, definitely Geeks records are nicer in certain ways, but that's sort of the model I would be following if I were to make my own record type to also automate some of the SQL database stuff, is effectively replicate define record type and then generate the necessary procedures for serialization of fields to database rows and vice versa. I mean, you're basically writing an ORM at that point. I mean, do I want to be in the business of writing a scheme ORM? Somebody probably has done it already. Let's see. What would be a good model name for someone who could be a maintainer or an author, when it could also not just be a person, it could be a mailing list? I mean, I suppose it's going to be a person, right? I'm just scanning through the list here to see if there's a more generic name being used somewhere. I mean, hacker is a pretty generic term. But do we want to be calling people hackers? Do you want a database of people that we're calling hackers? Because then that might be abused to say, oh, this person's a hacker, like a malicious hacker. Because people don't get it. Why not just maintainer or author? I'm trying to unify them because the information is the same for both. So this kind of seems senseless to have a different model type for both of those when it's just really a name and an email address. Alice B. Hacker says, oh no. Yes, it must be a common problem for you, Alice. Define record type package author. Let's just go with author. Who cares? Make package author. Name, email, which honestly, do we need a record type for that? I mean, that's just an A list, but I guess for, you know, to be forward thinking, probably better to have multiple fields so that we can change the schema and not be too locked to an A list with a car and cutter value. Okay, so ID, since I think we'll need an ID, package author ID, name, package author name, package, oops, email. Could be person also, but it's not really a person either, probably. So I don't really know for sure. Okay, anyway, let's stick with that for now. Contact, that's a good term, actually. I would say it gets closer to the right intent, I think, for storing the information, because who are these people? I mean, they're probably an author. They may be a maintainer. They may not be the person who wrote the package, you know, like Jonas Bernoulli probably maintains a lot of random packages that he didn't write. So is it, are we trying to talk in terms of people who you can contact relating to a package? Developer contact? Yes, now we're sounding really enterprisey and Fortune 500-y. Which is exactly the kind of vibe we're going for on this channel. Trev says, I'm here to get us rich. Well, you know, you should help me figure out how to do that, because I'm doing a really poor job of it myself. All right. We'll stick with author for now. We'll change it if we need to. So now, this is implying that we have at least one. So the author table, the package table, and the package source table, and there may need to be like join tables. So how does this work? So in SQL, like doing a inner versus outer joins on a many-to-many relationship. I mean, is this many-to-many? I mean, you can have multiple packages written by multiple authors. All right, let's look at this little schema here. So you have a recipes. And a recipe can have multiple ingredients. Okay, so yeah, you have a sort of the opposite direction, right? I see. So it's the other way around. No. Category. And then categories. Yeah, okay. You have the recipe ingredients table. So you're linking the recipe to the ingredient, right? Mets Jesus says, is it 1 to many or 0 to many? Well, 0 to many doesn't make any sense. unless I'm wrong about that. So in this case, we have a package that can have multiple authors. But an author can be the author of multiple packages. So I think that's a many-to-many. Am I wrong about that? Like, it's been a long time since I've done some of this stuff. That's a problem with working on developer tools primarily and not doing back-end software development is you forget all of the stuff that you need to know about database development. So yeah, I think we need a way to join. It's like we have package, then we have a package author. We need a table that's like sort of links the two together. Am I wrong about that? Let's say we want to see which ingredients or which recipe. We'll do this in a number of steps. So all recipes linked with recipe ingredients. Okay, it says, okay, so you're getting, okay, that makes sense. All the recipes, their ingredients, the actual display information, don't need that. But I guess that's the way it is. You have to have multiple rows that come back. And you have to rationalize those. Massachusetts says, it can be like you got recipe and bought ingredient in refrigerator. If you've not bought any, there is none. Recipe has at least one item there. Recipe of apple is apple. Yeah, I mean, sure. Hey, Ashras, we're just talking about database schema now that we've come up with the package author record type also because we might want to be able to display all the packages that a certain person is either the author or maintainer of. And we need a way to identify that. Let's see. Okay. So another thing I need to do is move the package, sorry, the DB initialization code for the package type into the packages module. Ashra says, you have a malleable system. Start with a first simple set of data and prepare database table migrations in case you want to change it later. Yeah, it will definitely do that. But we're going to do migrations at some point. We're going to have to. Because if this is going to be a production site and it's going to be live, you have to be able to migrate it later. Define init package table DB tables. I don't know. Because it will be more than one table. So we need to create the packages table, and we need to create, come on. Need to be underscore. Package author table. And we have an ID, name, and email. Oops. And then we also have a package source, which we said we have an ID and a kind, which kind could be an integer. So like, it's kind of risky a little bit, but maybe not. So package source kinds, there's a literal syntax for vectors, isn't there? Let me pull up Geyser. Yeah. Vector ref 1, 2, 3, 1. There we go. Okay, and Metz Jesus says recipe 1 to many can use inner join. Ingredients must be left join. Thank you. Yeah, I'm no good on this stuff, so I appreciate the input on that. We'll definitely see it here in a second when I start hacking on this. Ashra says, I wonder if Common Lisp has some kind of auto migration via update instance for redefined class. Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a hook for that you could use. Definitely they can update their own instances in real time whenever you're editing things in CLOS, when you're changing class types. I'm not sure if Goops can do that though. All right, so 0 would be unknown. Oh, let's do this, which is bad. Or how about this? False. And then ELPA, non-GNU ELPA, MELPA, MELPA stable, geeks. Let's just go with those for now. So then we can use an integer for the kind. I don't know if there's a better, this is like a short or something. Maybe I'll just stick with just normal integer for now. So for package source, we also had version and commit. We're gonna have to change the version. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix the version number because right now it's being stored as a list of numbers. So have to serialize that, deserialize, no problem. Okay, so we got package source. So the package source relationship is definitely a one-to-many because you've got one package that can have multiple sources. And those sources do not need to be connected to other packages necessarily. But we do need to have the connection between packages and authors. So package to author. I mean, what do people normally call these kind of join tables? This doesn't need to have an ID because this is going to be package ID integer. I need to check the foreign key syntax as well. And author ID integer. Okay. Looking good so far. So that's 4 tables we've got. All right, so SQLite foreign key. Oh, okay, interesting. Foreign key to track artist references artist ID. I see. It's a foreign key constraint. Maybe it's not actually necessary. Relation table, is that what it's called? Okay. Assuming that each supplier belongs to one and only supplier group. Okay, each supplier group may have 0 to many. Thank you. Now I see Metz Jesus. 0 to many is a terminology that's being used. Okay, so it's like basically just enforcing relationships, and that's an additional syntax in addition to actually having the keys All right, so these need to be not null, it seems. I guess. Probably should put those on a few. Insert into supplier, supplier name, group ID. Cool. Okay, so it basically double checks that the ID that you're using is valid on either side. Otherwise, it doesn't seem that we need to specify that there's anything special about the IDs being used. So here we see there's like a track ID and a track artist, both which are keys. And they don't have to be marked as being a foreign key or anything. Okay. So package authors. Package author and package authors. We can just say that. So let me check what's in main.sem. I could probably just... Is that what it's called? Init package tables? Okay. Or, not init. Okay, so we create package tables. Initdb. And where the hell is that being called? Oh. There we go. Hold on, something's wrong here. I must have messed something up. Because DB... Ah, here it is. SQLite open. Okay, my mistake. Whoops. Apparently I forgot to do that. Make things customizable. 0 to many relation is by default the best. Make a table 3 that contains relations how table 1, table... Yeah, that's what I'm doing, at least in this case. All right, so we're just going to create an instance of unbound variable SQLite open. No problem. Let me just go and pull all these in. No code for module fibers. I forgot to set up... How did I do that before? I got to load this up into the Geek shell. Trying to remember what I did last time. So I had this stuff loading up. SQLite was being loaded up correctly. Maybe I was hitting the REPL directly inside of the process whenever I had it started. Well, at any rate, I can just try to run it, but I think it's going to crash. So let's see, what was I doing? Insert package. Yeah, some of this code is going to have to change. It would be nice to live code this with the REPL and not have to do this separately. Let's see, Geeks profiles. No. File with manifest. Yeah, I wonder what that does. Geeks apply manifest. Apply manifest from file to profile. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to add profile. Geeks shell. Geeks. Do I have buffer env? I do have buffer env. I could try to do that because it does help. All right. So let me go back to the root here. Buffer env update. And the manifest.scm file we want to use. Execute script, yes. Okay, so it's done. In theory, we should have access now to the manifest. So if I were to run Geyser again, use SQLite 3. Okay, so that seems to work this time. That's good. All right, so we'll have to use the bufferenv package. So if you don't know about bufferenv, it's basically a package that enables you to run like a Geek shell, I think even a Nix shell, and consume the environment variables that get produced by that manifest, including like package load paths and things of that nature, into your Emacs session for the current directory, so that you can use that profile effectively with whatever you're doing in Emacs. So in this case, I've got the module path for that profile pulled into the project effectively, and the REPL can use it. Trev says I used envrc for that somehow. Yeah, the envrc has some or direnv. I think either of those have like hooks for pulling in manifests for other things. Okay. All right, so now that I have SQLite 3, I can go back into package.scm, or alternatively, go to main.scm and run that SQLite open procedure again. Let's do that, and then let's do that. Okay, so now we have a DB object. I can go back to package.scm, and I can try to execute the create package tables procedure. All right, so, table already exists. Oh, okay, that's why, because I have not deleted the old file, so. Emacs packages.db. All right. So I deleted that. Now I can just go back and recreate it using this line, and then we'll go back into REPL and try to run that. Okay, incomplete input. I must have forgot a paren. Clearly I forgot a paren right here, and right here, and right here. Great. Okay, so table packages already exist, so I need to clean up. I'm going to delete the file again. I'm going to copy that DB instantiation as well, so that I don't have to keep coming back here to reevaluate it. Oops. Okay. Incomplete input again. I screwed something up. I'm going to have to see if I can find the real error message that's coming out. Author ID, integer, not null, email, text, description, text. Oh, no, I got that. Let's check. See if you agree. Sounds like a good idea. Okay, that's new here. I need to go to the other file for this. I go to main.sem and seems I'm not missing anything. Incomplete input. Anybody see anything wrong with the text? Is it because I have an underscore? So SQLite table name. Yeah, I think underscores probably are not allowed. Oh, wait. Underscore is allowed. So what else could be wrong? Well, let's go through process of elimination. Because we don't have any better information at the moment. In fact, maybe I should check the... maybe, Trev. Database. Unable to locate program SQLite. So I need to have SQLite in my profile, but that's going to work. Let me see if I can load up the library. Brick. Error. Okay, when it throws, it has an error message. Is that it? Oh, it throws the key SQLite error. Is there a way to get information? Error message. Is it primary key? No, that's been fine before. Semicolon. Does it need to be at the end of the expression? I didn't need it before. Okay, error code to error message, incomplete. Interesting. Yeah, this is just wrapping SQLite. Weird that's not giving me more information. All right, like I said, process of elimination. Let's go back into the REPL. That one's fine. That one's also fine. Like I'm missing something pretty fundamental somewhere. That one's also fine. Could it be the semicolon issue? Because so far I'm not really seeing a problem here. That's freaky. Oh, I'm an idiot. I wasn't actually re-evaluating this procedure in the meantime. Okay, I should probably just do these one at a time. There we go. Let's just do it the smart way, which is not what I did. All right, so we'll redefine DB, and then I didn't see an error there. Didn't see an error there. Okay, that one. Syntax error near commit. What did I do? Version text. Am I using like a reserved word or something? Commit is a keyword. Thank you. Thank you, Ashraz. All right, that makes sense. Commit hash. Is that enough? I could try it again. What? Oh, I can't even say the word commit ever. I can't say the word commit ever. SQLite reserved words. Not valid part of an identifier? Well, thank you. How do you escape the words then? If you want to use a keyword as a name, you need to quote it. Okay, fine. Fine. Single quotes? Cool. We're learning things today. Boom. Thank you to Kurosh and to Ashraz. Commit underscore hash. Okay. All right. Well, is that better, you think? And that's why you usually use prepared statements? You mean like a SQL file that I edit separately? Is that what you're suggesting? I'm cool doing that. Or is a prepared statement one like that's precompiled? You're having to teach me how to do SQL again. I'm sorry. That's just the way it's going to be for a little while. Okay. So let me just rerun that one more time just to make sure that everything is created correctly. Why can't there be a database like MongoDB with scheme instead of JSON? Because somebody needs to write it. Just basically somebody needs to write the equivalent of, what do you call it? Data log. What's that database for closure? I forgot what it's called. Ashra says most languages have mechanisms to separate the query from the values. I do have that. This library does have it. If you check out the, where is it? SQLite prepare. Yeah, exactly. We have that here. SQLite prepare. You see that we have well, that's not a good example because I'm using string append, but right here, SQLite prepare, update packages, set name equals, and then we've got the sort of syntax for pre-creating the query, and then we populate the values. So there is that in this library. Yeah, cool. Alrighty then. So I was gonna run this one more time in the REPL. Winner undo. No, what am I using for that now? Tab bar, history back. There we go. Okay. Now I can run create package tables, and that seems to work. Okay, cool. So now, finally, Korush says there used to be a GalDBI package, but I think it's broken now. Yeah, it actually is only supported for Guile 2.2 in Geeks at the moment. I think it might work for Guile 3, but it's only packaged against Guile 2.2, so I couldn't use that one. Ashra says, is it intentional that your packages may have a null name? No, it's just because I'm not good at writing databases. So ooh, that needs to not be there either. So I forget to do certain things. Description, I mean, I suppose description could be null. Doesn't need to be there. The name for an author needs to be there, not null. I'll leave email off, potentially. Kind needs to be there. Package source email. Why did I have that? I think that must be a mistake. Version text. Commit can be null. Version probably shouldn't be null. Excuse me, jeez. All right, so not null on version. Okay, a little bit of clarity here. Thank you, Ashraz. Probably need a little helper function for rolling the database file. Okay, so we've recreated it now. It should be more accurate. Okay. So now we can change the existing code that we have. And thank you, Cal. We can change the existing code that we have and make it work with the multiple tables. So we kind of just want to be able to do the joins. Trev says, senior dev Ashraz mentors junior dev David with the SQL queries. Yes, I'm a junior dev when it comes to SQL, that's for sure. I know a lot about programming languages and dev tools, but I do not know a lot about SQL. I know a lot about REST APIs and web APIs, but databases, not so much. Okay. So, Ashra says, last time I touched SQL was 20 years ago. MySQL and PHP 4. Well, then you have much better memory than me. You're getting old. I'm old, dude. All right. I suspect many of us are old, so we don't need to talk about who's old here. So let's see here. Listing packages, that's cool. It's all good. Kind of want to insert some stuff in the database, though. Like, we need to do some insertions. And it must be like some transactional stuff with SQLite. SQLite transactions. So you can kind of do multiple updates at the same time. Begin. I don't know a lot about transactions either. I just know that I should probably use them if I want to make atomic updates. No reads or writes occur except within a transaction. Any command to access the database will automatically start a transaction if not, one is not already in effect. Sure, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Maybe I don't really need to delve into that just this moment. All right, so let me think about how I want to do insertions then. So if we want to insert a new package, what will the process be? For inserting a package, probably need to create any authors first. Missing authors first, because we need to be able to reference a package and an author. I'm guessing. And then Maybe we can create the package with having the authors set up, I guess, right? We don't really necessarily need it. Also, packages, name and description. That's not everything. I think I forgot a couple of fields that are needed. So we need... We don't need sources. In fact, sources here probably should go away. I'm kind of moving back toward not doing queries for joins until they're needed. So what is the essential information? This is basically just, basically it's just the top level metadata. But there's a difference between the actual data model and the model that gets used for displaying pages. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I mean, I could try to eagerly load the authors and maintainers for a given package, but that may be a bad idea, but let's just leave it for now. Let's leave it like that. So name, description, and then keywords. Keywords could be another thing that would be interesting to index on, I guess. I don't know that ELPA even uses the keywords at all, does it? So ELPA, you look at a package. I don't see anything about keywords unless they aren't available. Yeah, there's very little being done with the information stored about packages here. That's kind of cool. You might want to script the Atom feed stuff, but that's actually not in the package repo. We may have to do something different for that. Or synthesize it. Ah, there's no XML. Okay. Okay, fine. Wait, hold on. What's that? Nothing in the feed. Does it really not have anything inside of it? It does. Is it malformatted or something? It shows up fine now. It didn't show up fine before. That's kind of cool to have feeds for the packages. We might be able to consume that somehow. Okay. So rolling back to what I was thinking before, what do we need to do when we insert a package? We need to insert the... We'll keep keywords as just a plain string for now, okay? I'm not going to try to do too much on that. So keywords will be a plain string, so we need name, description, and keywords. Authors and maintainers, I mean, I guess we do need, if we wouldn't need to create an instance of this record type, I would say that keywords is more essential metadata than authors and maintainers, so let's move that up. Not really necessary, but whatever. All right. Name, description, keywords. So name, description, keywords, and then authors and maintainers. Where did I have that comment? Create the package entry. Create relation table entries for package authors. Okay. Oh, and also the package source. And do we have enough information here? We don't. Because the source needs to have a reference to the package ID. It's a source for a given package. So, so we have package source that's referenced back to package ID. Okay. So we'll have to recreate the tables again, which is no big deal. Okay, we're good. Oshra says, it sounds like it should be a foreign key which references the other ID. Do I need to like explicitly mark it as a foreign key? I mean, I can, we have the, excuse me, the constraints, but do we need this? Foreign key? Yeah, it's just a foreign key constraint. Hey, Erky. All right. So what's the usual strategy for creating a row in a database? Eric says, weekly team meeting done. Can now join the proper job, shadowing David Will. Yes, please help me to not make stupid mistakes. This is everyone's job right now. So what's the usual pattern for creating a row in the database that could already exist? I mean, without having to do a query first, because I don't really want to do a query for a specific author. Like, let's say I want to create entry for David at systemcrafters.net. If it does not exist, which would require us to, sound like email should be unique, so it would just throw an error basically if you try to create a new one. I mean, name technically should be unique also. Because I don't know if name or email is the more important thing. No, there's like an on conflict. Okay, so SQLite on conflict. Cool. It's non-standard, it says. It's also part of upsert. Okay. Yeah, so like what is the scenario for this? I mean, obviously the scenario is we're importing all the packages from a repository. Isn't there upsert? Yeah, it looks like there is. I didn't know that. So we're scanning through the list of all packages from a repository. There's going to be a person who's going to be the author or maintainer of multiple packages there. they may have different email addresses on different packages because maybe they haven't updated them. So Ashras is asking, do I want to write cross-compatible SQL or SQLite specific? Well, so we might switch to Postgres at some point in the future. PostgreSQL, whatever it is. Hello to Foss Unleashed. But I'm not 100% certain that we will. So it would be nice to be compatible across those two database engines, but I'm not really going to worry too much if it is or not. So it's more of a preference than it is a requirement. I know that SQLite does some unique stuff, so it might be difficult to be completely compatible across engines. Totally cross DB SQL is impossible anyway. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. That makes sense. I'll deal with adapters later. Insert into users, username, email, values, on conflict, email, do update set. Okay, cool. Set username, excluded that username. Thank you, Eric. That's really helpful. So the question is, what's more likely? Trev says, amount of packages in existence is small. Would it ever get too much for SQLite? It depends on what we do. Yeah, I don't think anything is going to be too big for SQLite that we do in this particular project, but I'm just sort of, thinking ahead a little bit. Trying to see if Protocolos uses different emails on any packages, just as a way to make an example here, but it seems he is pretty consistent with his email address. John Weagley probably is not as consistent. Yeah, there's John W at GNU.org. So you've got two instances here of John Weagley where he has a different email address. Now, I guess the question then becomes, do we treat those as two different people? Because there could be, two people with the same name who are not the same person. So maybe name plus email address is a unique entity. Oh, well, hello. Thank you, Foss Unleashed. I don't actually follow what's going on the Twitch channel, so it's kind of difficult to see what's happening. Awesome. That's great. Thank you, Foss Unleashed. All right. So, yeah, is there a way to then say that two columns constitute a unique row? Because that's sort of what we're going for right now. I think that we could just say that the pairing of the name and the email address should be considered a unique identity. So SQLite unique constraint. At the column or table level. Okay, only at the table level you can define a unique constraint across multiple columns. Cool. And I can say multiple columns. All right. Once a unique constraint is defined, if you attempt to insert or update a value that already exists in the column, SQLite will issue an error and abort the operation. And I suppose if I do that, the conflict resolution stuff might come into play. So SQLite on conflict. Let's search for that again. Ignore. Skips the one row that contains a constraint violation. Continues processing subsequent rows of the SQL statements if nothing went wrong. So basically what I want is for the row to, is there a way to get the row to be returned? So if you were to create a new row, you want to get the ID back, right? So if the row already exists, because those two, the name and the email are already in the database, you would want to get that ID back also to be consistent. So is that possible? Will ignore do that? So in create table for authors, this would be the place where I need to set that up. So create table, table name. Then inside the syntax, I need to say unique. No. Here in author. Okay. That should do it, right? So then one column. Got it. Makes sense. And then ignore. So we have an insert with an ignore. Insert. Where is it? Insert into. All right. So insert into. Wow. How did I not have that closed off? You should be able to use a returning clause even after an upsert. Okay, let me check that out. So let me just copy and paste this part. Hey. Package author, okay. We can just try this ourselves too and see how it works. Huh. Apparently that is wrong. But I believe that's wrong because I had been making edits and I didn't update everything. So insert package author, name, email, name, email. I need to add the extra stuff here. Before the semicolon, do returning ID. Otherwise, you manually have to get the last affected row ID manually either way. So we can say returning ID. We also need to put the conflict statement in as well. So on conflict, name, email. I'm guessing that's what the syntax should be. We're going to find out soon. Can I say ignore? We'll find out in just a moment. Make sure there's a space here. Okay, so we got this. Insert package author, unknown file. What? Unknown. Oh. Bad let inform. What did I miss? I didn't close off the let expression. There we go. Constraint fail test key. On conflict, do nothing. Oh, okay. Do nothing returning key. This is probably what I should be doing, Erky. Just going into the SQLite console and running everything directly. On conflict, do nothing, returning. It doesn't seem that on ignore it returns the conflicting key. Okay, so should I treat it like an upsert then? Is that the only way to make it return the ID? Let's try that. So insert package author, we should have everything. Well, let me make sure. I think I just changed the way that table gets created. So let me recreate the database one more time. All right, and then we could try to insert. Did I put that? Yeah. And an error, syntax error near name. Yes, it is debug level 5. I guess the question is where? Which name is the syntax error in relation to? This one? Conflict name, maybe? Yes. That's right. We have to go even deeper. We're going to end up with a 300 level debug REPL. Do update name. Is that the problem here? Set. My mistake. There we go. So 0, 0, 0, foo.net. 0. I think I screwed up though. I need to. So when I call step, I need to save the result of step. Yeah. That didn't work. Okay, still returning 0 for everything, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Ooh, okay. I think that's for a select. Maybe return result. Oh, that is right. Thank you, Ashraz. Clearly, I'm not working at full capacity at the moment. There we go. And that's 4, 4, 4. All right. I wonder why it's 1 and 4. That's kind of weird. So, I need to extract that ID. So I need to match it. So where did I have it before? There's a match right here. Let me just copy this. No. Yeah, I know they're different, but I would expect 2, not 4. Match an ID, sure. 1 second. Make, oh, wrong expression. Let's see, right here. Insert, package, author. There we go, that's fine now. Now it returns 1 and 4. Yeah, I probably, maybe I inserted some more junk in there at some point. Let's see, let's go foo.org. 16. Kind of weird, right? Is that what the auto increment does? Or did I do something wrong with setting up the table? Auto increment. So for package authors, oh. Yeah, package author, ID integer primary key auto increment. So this is the package author table. Show the table with a select. Cross possibly unbound. Oh. Okay. So let's see. List package authors. DB display. No. Package author. Yeah, it's just 3 entries. 1, 4, 16. Those are the IDs. Kind of weird. Is that, yeah, let's see. $17. No, I don't think that's right, is it? 19. What is the logic? Left shift with skipped 2. Okay, interesting. I think that must be Alice in the IRC now. Lev B says auto increment does not reuse IDs. You need to reset value manually in SQL master and SQL temp master table. Huh. Lol at left shit. Brain is not working. All right. Yeah, I wonder, does every failed increment insert increment the ID? That's the impression that I'm getting, actually. So here we go. We're going to run the leftpad.net again, and then leftpad.biz 21. All right, let's do leftpad.biz one more time, and then .co.uk 23. So that seems right. I think every failed insert increments the ID, which I guess that makes sense. Because it's the only way to prevent against weird issues cropping up whenever you have a failed query, but then you're still trying to write things in the database at the same time. So you're kind of consuming an ID. If it's not failed, it's upserted. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it does make sense that it consumes an ID like that. Fine, cool. So it works. Thank you very much to Erki and to Ashraz for helping me figure that issue out. That will make things a lot easier. No longer have to worry too much about how I insert authors. Now, since we have that, we don't really need the ID of the author at the moment, unless we want to try to, oh, you know, Is it intentional that you only constrain the combinations of name and email? Yes, because what I was saying before is that two people can have the same name and be different people. So I think that the way I'm thinking about this is that even if the same person shows up with different email addresses, we should treat them as a unique entity in the context of this database. Maybe we can do queries based on the same name also, but I think that in terms of uniqueness, maybe name plus email is considered a unique entity, regardless of whether the same actual person is represented in multiple different email addresses. That's just the way that I'm thinking about it right now. I could be wrong, but it seems to be the most sensible way to do it. Because we can't know if two John Smith are the same John Smith, for lack of a better example. All right, so we've got the ability to insert the package author. We need to insert the package. So package itself does not need... Okay, we do need the author ID because we need to have the package authors database. Email should always be unique, or we allow both... well, the thing is, it all depends on whether someone has put their metadata correctly in a package. Because you could have a person who uses two different names with the same email address over time. Somebody might change their name or, you know, forget that they wrote it a certain way in a previous package they wrote. So I don't know. I don't know what's best. I think we can just go with this for now and then maybe later adjust if we see that there's a reason to do otherwise. But I know that does change sort of the mechanics of how the whole database works. All right, so let me see. What's the next thing? We need to create the relation between the package and the package author, which does imply we need to create the package first. So when we insert a package, we should at least return the ID. So we'll do that same thing again here. And I should obviously fix my spacing. And do the same thing where I extract the ID using a match expression. So insert package. We're going to store a result. Whoa. I'm not surprised at all that someone has registered leftpad.com. It just seems too obvious of a domain to want to own after how iconic the leftpad name has become. Thanks to Ashraz, obviously. All right, so we got a result here. The result ID for the inserted package. Name, description, and I think keywords was the other thing. Keywords. See you, Ashraz. Appreciate the help. Okay, so we got insert package. Should I do that at the same time, though? Maybe I need to have the... Whew, man. Yeah, I probably need to actually have the authors and maintainers list there as well. So we need to know the lists of those IDs first before we call insert package. So we got to do multiple queries. So first we let's say new ID. So when new ID, insert package author relations. So basically for every let's see. For every author ID inside of the authors list, and inside the maintainers list, then we need to do an insert on that. So it would be like an insert what would you call that? Not a link. It's a relation. It just seems too long as a name. Insert package author relation. I'll just call it link for now. DB package ID, or where is it? New ID, author ID. And that's that. Okay, so that will do the loop over those. And it's not result anymore, it is new ID. There we go. So insert package author link. DB package ID author ID. So we're going to do another insert. We're going to prepare it. We don't need to return anything there. Nothing special. All right, so we got the statement prepared. Insert into, what do they call it? Package authors. Yeah, package authors. And the rows were, or the columns were, come on. Package ID, author ID, underscored. And the values would be get rid of that and get rid of that. Because we don't really need to return anything. It's just a relation in the table. All right. The habitual control G is real. Yes, I'm spamming it. It's just the way that I think. I clear my mind by pressing Control G repeatedly. It's a strategy, okay? This is why I get into trouble. And that could be removed. We'll just put that back to SQLite step. Okay. And no more results. So let's just get rid of that as well. So insert package author link. Is this a rerun? What does that mean? Is this a rerun? No. I'm writing code right now. All right, so let's see. Insert package author link. We can test it out really quick. Insert package author link DB. I don't know, 1, 2. Doesn't really matter. No such column ID. What did I do? Oh, okay. Yeah, the reason why you didn't see the message come up on screen, Thomason, is that the Twitch chat is not being replicated over to the chat overlay. The chat is actually coming from IRC. So if you go to irc.libra.chat and go to the systemcrafters-live room, that's where the chat's coming from. I got to get the Twitch bridge back working again. I'm guessing that these are the reason why. So let's just fix that real quick. I was skeptical if it would work or not, and now I have a reason to believe that it won't work. Okay, cool. Let's see. Should that also be unique? Probably should be unique. Maybe I'm not worried about it at the moment. Because I don't intend to be resyncing all the package information constantly, so, or at least not in the same way, I guess. Let's just see what we can do. All right, so package ID, author ID, and we should be able to list them. Can I just use a SQLite exec db select star from package authors? Is that going to be enough? SQLite map. Eric says, love the REPL-driven development you're doing right now. REPL dev for the win. Yes, it definitely is better. I mean, like, restarting is a pain in the ass, especially with a web server. If I was having to restart the web server every time I was making these changes and like try to like refresh a page to see the outcome, it would be a nightmare. So this is definitely better. Okay, SQLite map, yeah, procedure comes first. Let's just do display. That should be enough. Wrong type argument in position 1, expecting struct. Did I need to actually put something else into the select? No. Yeah, I should have gotten results back, shouldn't I? Prepare. I suppose I need to use SQLite prepare on that. Can I not do SQLite exec? Let's go to, where is the code? Right here. No, not that one. Right here. Maybe I should look at the test file. Okay. Do I need one of these? I just wanted to look at it. Trev says, did we win SQL yet? I mean, we're doing good. With Eric's help, I was able to get a lot of things done. However, maybe I just need a little helper procedure here. So let's see, SQLite exec star of my own. DB query. And then we'll do the let statement. And we got that right. So SQLite map DB statement. Ashraz in the Twitch chat. I thought Ashraz was gone. But Ashraz says, maybe one of these streams will tackle the IRC bridge. I think that the IRC bridge is just something stupid. So it would probably be very easy to fix. But I do want to work on the bridge, or sorry, the stream integration stuff a little bit on streams. I just want to make some more progress on this project first before we jump to something else. Unless people don't care, then I'll just start jumping around to anything that's relatively interesting. Because that would work with my lack of focus pretty well. SQLite finalize statement. Okay, so now can we do SQLite exec star db select star from package authors. DB pointer, I probably did something wrong here. So SQLite step statement. Probably SQLite map doesn't want a DB, it wants a statement only. Wrong number of arguments in SQLite map. Let's go back to, what the hell? Oh, the proc. Proc. We need a procedure to pass in. So in this case, then SQLite map. Yeah, maybe I should just do that, huh? This is SQLite map star. DB proc query. All right, so we do have a couple entries, and that seems to be being inserted correctly. Now, we need to check to see if package insertion works correctly. And insert package is kind of low level here. And the question is, do I need to say insert package and let it, or give it a record? I could do that. I guess let's think about this from a public API standpoint, or at least public from the perspective of this package. How does another component in this code base insert a new package? So currently, there is a util or package archive file. And are we importing? No, we're doing that in main.scm. I think we're doing it here. So we're calling insert packages. So we basically fetch the packages from various package archives. And then we have a list of packages that come in from that. And then we loop over all of those packages and then call insert package. So we can either pass in all of the fields directly to insert package, or we could create an instance of that record type. But does that make sense? It probably doesn't make sense. So insert package, let's go back and look at that one more time. So insert package. Name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. Assuming that, yeah, I would say that that would be part of the public interface. The list of authors would be as we receive it from a package archive. So if we have it in that form, then this procedure may be the one that sort of orchestrates the insertion of all the related stuff, which would also make sense from a transaction standpoint, because all those things need to be updated sort of at the same time. Trev says, Senior Dev Ashraz walks by Junior Dev David's desk. Hey, bro, you should use VS Code instead of whatever that is. I don't think Ashraz is going to tell me that, though. All right. So maybe this is how we need to roll on this. Insert package is sort of a lower level procedure that takes just the raw information and can insert everything in the proper places of the database. I really need to fix my camera because I keep chopping my head off up here. So we're not going to insert anything quite yet here. We probably need to loop through the authors and maintainers and get those IDs. Maybe if we do a let star. Author IDs. Maintainer IDs. And we're going to produce those through mapping over the authors and maintainers. And getting the IDs back. So once we have the author IDs and the maintainer IDs, then we can insert the package. And then loop over the author IDs, maintainer IDs, and insert those as well. So name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. Here, this needs to be string join. And string join is the list of keywords plus the delimiter. I'm just going to say the delimiter is comma. Pretty sure that could be a string. All right. So that looks pretty good. And now we just need to map over both of these. And what is the thing I was using for that? Insert, package, author, DB, name, email. I could destructure this. Yes. That seems right. So insert package right here. So map, this is going to be a match lambda, which should be fine. Name.email. And we're going to send this into insert author, package author. I think that should work. Okay. Who wants to place bets on whether this is going to work first time or not? I will say it won't work. All right, so name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. And can I create a little example expression here? Insert package, DB, denote, take notes, keywords, note taking, org, markdown. Let's just go grab something here. Denote. There we go. Authors and maintainer. Let's do the same thing here. Is that it? So name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. Let's see how bad this crashes. SQLite error, table packages has no column name keywords. Did I forget to put that in? Apparently I did. Yep. No keywords. So we're going to recreate the table again. Go back into the REPL. Can I search the history like this? Define DB. Okay, let's just do that, and that's fine. Okay, and then okay, we created the database table again. Sorry, the database tables again, and now we're gonna go run that insert package form that I have here. Okay, it looks like it worked. We got one back as an ID. Now what we need to do is check the other tables. So if I use SQLite map, check package author, we see Protocillos is in there, this ID 1. Package authors, we have 2 entries, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's see, how is that relevant? I think that the authors table probably needs to also say what type of relationship it is. Because we're gonna have to query that back. Okay, so that does make sense. So insert package author link. We also need to say what the kind is. So in this case, it would be package author kind. That's kind of weird, I know. Package author kind author. Should I just have that be a string, or should it be an integer? I'm using integers. I don't know if that's actually more efficient or less efficient. Anybody have any knowledge on whether, like, I want to do a query on this. Obviously, if I'm going to do a join, I'm going to have to do a query to say which type of relationship I'm looking for. Either I have 2 separate tables for these relations, or I have one table that has a column that I use to query to distinguish the relationship I'm looking for. So I don't know what's more efficient and easier to maintain. I guess from a data modeling perspective, there's more flexibility if there are 2 separate relation tables, one for authors, one for maintainers, because maybe there's some extra piece of information that needs to be marked on the relationship at some point in the future, but maybe that's thinking too far ahead. But maybe we could just go with a string for now, or should we just do an integer? Because I'm kind of heading in the direction of integer here. I would just have this be a variable that has the constant in there. Like define package author kind author, which is terrible name, I know. Typing is not working anymore. Author would be 1, and then maintainer would be 2, let's say. Show please create table queries. They're right here. So in the authors, I would also need to have a kind integer, not null. It needs to be there. We reevaluate that function. And then insert package author link would need to have a kind. Maybe I'll put kind first. Kind. Okay, so insert package author link, and then in insert package, we've already changed the code to, let's do this. Let me just drop this down one level. This is not the nicest code in the world. That's fine. Insert package author. Yep, got that. And then here, insert package author link. The kind is there first. All right, so we got that. So I'll drop these down to new lines also, just for clarity's sake. Yeah, I don't know that they'll have different columns at some point, but that's if I did know that, I definitely would have different tables for the relations. Okay, so undefined variable package author kind author. Let me move these up, maybe higher in the file because they're constants technically speaking. I don't know if I should have a different syntax on the variable for that. For that kind maintainer. All right, we reevaluated that procedure. Now we should be able to roll the database again. I'm going to delete and recreate the database in the REPL. No. I don't know what I just did. Let's just go all the way back up to the root debug level because I've been making a mess here. No big deal. Alice says, does Guile not have enums? They do have enums, but I don't know. I haven't really used them very much, but that's a good idea, actually. Probably should do that. Create database tables. Whoops. I forgot to... Let's delete the file. Okay, it's not there. We're going to reinstantiate the database object. Did I miss that? Define. There we go. And then create the tables. And then let me go back and evaluate this expression again. Insert package. Syntax error near package underscore ID. Package ID. Kind integer not null. Package source. All right. Kind package ID. Oh, that's it right there. Forgot that comma. Once more. So let's delete the table one more time. And then go back to that one expression. Probably I should just copy and paste that, shouldn't I? All right, now it seems to be in there. Let me do our little extra queries. Okay, so we got both now. We have two entries in package authors, one for the relationship for the author and one for the maintainer. So those are now unique. And what else would we want to take a look at? We saw the author table actually does have the author in there once, which is good. And the package table. Okay, no such table package, fine. Packages. And denote, take notes, note taking org markdown, that does seem correct too. So it seems like we are storing the information in here correctly. The question is, if I were to go run the actual database sync now, would it crash and burn completely? But actually, let's just give it a shot. Why not? Why not just try it and see what happens? So I'm going to try to run the entire DB sync, which involves running the entire application. Oh, I can't really do it. I can do it. So no version, package name, package description. If we go to package archive. All right, we have keywords. We have authors. I didn't take the maintainers though. Let's see. Go to 300. All right, so authors, maintainers, commit, dependencies. Let's see, authors. Let me check the actual maintainer. It's maintainer. Okay, it's not authors. I'm hoping this is not going to crash and burn either, because some of them have multiple maintainers and some of them don't. So you basically have a list that's that ends in a const pair, whereas authors is automatically a list. Let's see, where is the... I know I've seen multiple maintainers in one example here somewhere. Was it like higher in the file? How about this? Maintainer. There we go. So there's an example of maintainers here, which is treated more like a list. But I guess that makes some sense. Seek ref. Let's see what we end up with. Because it could be a const pair or a list that comes back here. Okay, fine. So make ELPA package, authors, maintainers, keywords, description, name. That's all we need for our package.scm right now, I think. Description, keywords, authors, maintainers, back into main.scm. ELPA package, keywords package. Okay, so that's that. Name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. Cool. That should work. That should work. All right. Yes, odd data structure design indeed. That's for sure. All right, so let's try to run it and see what happens. I'm going to go into an ANSI term. And then, let's see, do I have any... Geek shell manifest.scm guile-l source main source/main.scm. Wrong number of arguments inform make package, and that's in main.scm line 89. Make package ID, name, ELPA, version, description. Okay, so make package has some other fields now that need to be populated. ID, name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. Probably don't need that anymore. Well, let's go with it. All right, so we're pulling this from the database, so I just need to pull only the things that are necessary in this case. Let's try to run it one more time. Wrong number of arguments to form, make package ID, name. Oh, yep, let's get that out of there. Wrong number of arguments to form, make package ID, name, version. Yeah, the version is no longer there. All right, so let me delete so that it will populate the database. So it's fetching the ELPA repositories now. All right, unbound variable insert package. Did we end up with a problem? Yeah, I need to recompile the files too. What is it? Guile-help. Is it like fresh compile? Fresh auto compile. There we go. Because sometimes the auto-compiled libraries are out of date. Wrong number of arguments in what? Okay, here we go. Let's go back to main real quick. Name, description, keywords, name, description, keywords, name, description, keywords. Okay, those are good. All right, last try. Unbound variable insert package. Why is it unbound? Am I not exporting it? Insert package is being exported. We still having a compiler error. Whoa. Come on. Okay, package.scm, we have a parenthesis error somewhere. Right here, is there one too many? Is that what's happening? Seems a little sketchy. Unbound variable DB. Okay. Hopefully that works this time. Okay. Unbound variable output package keywords. I think I need to do some exports here. And also, I don't think I added that, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, output package keywords, and there's something else I was missing. Come on. Authors, maintainers. There we go. Okay, wrong type to apply syntax transformer ELPA package keywords. I'm guessing it's in main somewhere. ELPA package keywords package. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Wait a second. God, ANSI terms drive me nuts. Main 5633 56 ELPA package keywords. Wrong type to apply syntax transformer. Sorry, what? Probably should just use a match expression on that. Kind of feel like I'm out of time though. All right, look, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna come back and see if I can fix this. I'll be right back. Yes, I had to go ask the boss for permission to put in overtime. That's correct, Trev. You're right. You busted me. All right, so for some reason the accessor procedure for ELPA package keywords is somehow being treated as a syntax transformer, which makes no sense, unless that's actually what's being done. Wrong type to apply on package. And what is package in this case? It should be ELPA packages. The alternative thing I could do is try to use a match expression to destructure the record type here. So ICE9 match. I just need to look up the syntax. I can't ever remember. Record. Yeah, okay. So $ record name. So this could be a match lambda. And then for matching against an ELPA package, we can pull out name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. That's pretty handy, right? So name, description, keywords, authors, maintainers. Yeah, sure. Why do this? I don't know. Just to see if it's something else stupid I'm doing that's causing the problem. All right. Let's delete the database again and then run the shell. Unbound variable P. Did I type something wrong? Is record name supposed to be... Oof. I hate ANSI term. Why am I not using vterm? Because I'm trying to avoid using community packages. That's why. 50. Oh, yeah, that's why there's a P there, because I typed one by accident. Unbound variable ELPA package. I think I need to put this in arrow brackets. If I'm not mistaken, which is a little bit wacky. Oh, no. So I probably need to export the type name, though. Maybe that's what's happening. Let's do this. ELPA package. Go back into package archive. Export ELPA package. The name. Not a list. Quickly switch windows. Interesting. Procedure map. Let's go look at this real quick. Why would it be a list ever? God. So for each at line 52. Insert package. Okay, so inside of name description, not a list. What are we talking about? Name, version, dependencies, description, format, properties. I think foo is a real variable. Yeah, it is. Something else is happening here. Something really weird. In procedure map, not a list, quickly switch windows. What are we mapping over? So in insert package, mapping over authors and maintainers. did somehow the wrong information get stuck in? Maybe I should try to write out the package details. Because I think it's on one of those. Maybe I messed up something here. Hold on. Make Elpa package, seek ref properties, description, name version. Oh, did I put it in the wrong order? Is that what happened? Hold up. So name version, URL description, authors. Name version, URL description, authors, maintainers. Okay, so do I have make Elpa package somewhere else? No. Name version, URL description, authors, maintainers. Authors, maintainers, keywords. If I look at this again, keywords, maintainer, authors. Very strange. Hey, Glenn. Okay. Let's go real quick and just write down what we did today. I think I'm gonna have to call it on this because I'm gonna have to do a little bit more investigation to figure this out. Maybe we can do it at the beginning of the next stream, but let's just call it for here. Monday, January 20th. Is that right? Today's 20th. 2025. Wow. Lovely. All right, so fleshed out data model to add a package author and package source. Revamped SQL schemas to add tables for package author, package authors relation table. And what else did we put in there? Package author, package authors, package source. Updated insert DB, sorry, package procedure to update package and related tables with information from package metadata. Attempted to update code to import package archives, but failed due to technicalities. Anything else that we did this time that I'm missing? Isn't description first here on the real Elpa data? Let me see. Should it matter? I am destructuring. Name version dependencies. Let's check it out real quick. No, it's the name is first. Wait, what? Maybe something's wrong here. It's a vector, isn't it? Is that a vector? It's a symbol const with a vector. How's Melpa structured then? The same. This was working yesterday, wasn't it? Technically, though, if that's not actually a vector, then that is a symbol const with a list, which is effectively a list. So you have this first thing is a symbol of the name, and then it's version, and then dependencies, and then name, version, dependencies, description, format, tar, then properties, which is this list. So that should be fine. Okay. So we'll have to look into that whenever my brain is a little bit more clear after having, you know, live coded for about 3 hours. But we'll get it fixed next time. So what do we want to do next time then? What do we do this time that can be marked off the list? Finish porting ELPA, blah, 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 details into the database. I mean, we're almost done. Search for packages by name, improve package details page. We didn't really do that yet. Package listing page should use a table with columns. Define the strategy for periodically updating package details. Store the last updated time for package record. Definitely need to add that. Log the source of the package. We haven't fully done that yet. Deduplicate package information if they share the same name. We'll have to figure that out. Sort package listing alphabetically. Represent package dependencies. Okay. So nothing really to remove yet, but we have made progress in general on everything necessary here, so that's good. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll be back again on Wednesday, same time, 7:30 a.m. UTC, to continue on the project. Well, let's see. What would we want to say for next time? I mean, we'll fix the issue with ELPA data import. Let's say backlog here. Backlog. Because we have a few things here that are actually in the backlog compared to the things that we'll do next time. Load all information to be displayed on the website. Cal says it went over my head this time. Well, there's a lot of SQL stuff this time, but hopefully we'll be out of the SQL realm pretty soon once we have everything set up, and then we can focus on functionality, which I think things will get a lot more fun whenever we start writing the actual functionality for the website. So yeah, fix the issue with the ELPA data import, load all information to be displayed on the website. Alice says the new live stream coding format is cozy. I'm glad you like it. I hope people I hope more people decide to come and they also enjoy it, because I enjoy coding. I enjoy live coding. I haven't really been doing enough programming recently, so this is a good opportunity for me to learn some stuff and to have fun writing code. So it's kind of a good deal for me, honestly. I guess we'll figure out the rest of it when we get to that on Wednesday. So I'm gonna commit the code that we did today. I could probably just do it right now, so you can see me use VC mode and cry because it's a pain in the ass sometimes. All right, so Control X PV. Let's leave out that unregistered for now. This should be pretty easy. I'm just gonna mark that, and hit diff. Just take a look at the changes real quick. All seems pretty good. Thanks, Judy. Yeah, all right, so that's good. I'll commit this. What? Press Control X V. No, BV. There we go, finally. I can never remember the next key binding. All right, so flesh out data model and schemas for packages. I'll push that up. Judy says, also, yes, I'm one of the people who watch the VOD. You're real troopers, those of you who watch the VOD, because that's a lot of me just, stumbling around and rambling. But I guess maybe you can just skip through the dead parts. Maybe it's not so bad. Okay, so we got the stuff committed. Go to Codeberg. And pull the right website. All right. Do I have it up here somewhere already? No. There we are, right there. Magit is cruel. Magit is great. But the problem is I'm trying not to use Magit right now. Oh, let's hit the browse button. I probably should just generate that URL from the commit hash because I have the commit hash already. Nothing changes. I should learn to stop being stupid and just do things the smart way. Let's be smart, not stupid. Where is the current? Check out my live stream or my analytics. There we go. Copy. Get shareable link. I just want to get this done so I don't forget to do it. A little bit of behind the scenes magic here. Okay. Good. Great. After hours. V that thing up. Update devlog. Push it. It's done. We're done. Okay? We're done. We're done for the day. Is it even Emacs at this point? You mean, lack of magic is cruel. It is kind of cruel, but sometimes you have to feel the pain to learn something new. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being the guinea pig to try to figure out whether things are worthwhile or not. So far, VC mode is fine, but Magic is way better. So I wouldn't necessarily go try to use VC mode unless you just want to be a masochist like me and do things just because it's painful. So yeah. All right, folks, thank you very much for being here today. Really appreciate your time and attention. Thank you very much also to Ashraz and to Erki for all the help with the SQL queries that we were doing today, because I am no SQL expert, and it's nice to be able to leverage the knowledge and experience of other people to speed things up without having to resort to using ChatGPT. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I will see you again on Wednesday morning, and until next time, happy hacking. Thanks a lot.